Hey guys, Dalton here from the Hull Productions, and welcome back to another Be a GM episode of Worst to First with the Colorado Avalanche. Now, the last episode where I left off, if you have left off, if you haven't seen the episode yet, there will be an annotation on the top left-hand corner taking you back to that video, and I will also leave a link in the description so you can check it out. But where we left off, if you don't want to go check out the video, I just went through the team, dissected it, decided where I wanted to take the team, and I decided that I wanted to gut the team and rebuild it. So that's what we're doing here. I picked out a few players that I thought needed to be shipped out and needs to be gonzo. So we got Parenteau, Jones, and Hayduk here. So we're going to go ahead and try and get rid of Parenteau first. So we'll just get these guys out of here. Perfect. And we'll just go through the teams and see who wants them. So Boston says that they're looking to get a nice young guy here, so we'll check out their prospects. Alright, so they got Dougie Hamilton on what they're interested in giving away. Now, when I looked at our defense earlier on, I did say that we don't really have much of a defensive core. We have Eric Johnson, that's about it, and then Hayda's our second guy, but he's only an 81. So some defense would be needed, but we are trying to ship out all right wingers right now, so we should be checking to see if we can get any young forwards here. Alright, so there's this piss guy. What's he looking at here? He's another defenseman also. So I'm just going to go through and check and see if we can't find somebody that's offering up a nice young... Oh, wow. That's it. Alright. Calgary not looking to do much. Alright. Chicago. There we go. Alright, so who we got here? McNeil. Let's take a look at McNeil. Alright, so he's a 60 overall power forward center. He's 4 stars. He's only 19 years old. Now, what was it? Yes, what I said last episode was that I'm looking to ship out one of our big centers because we have Mac Duchene and Paul Stastny out at center, and you can't really tell who's the number one center because they are both 85 overall playmakers and they're both really good players. So what I'm thinking is that we're going to have to ship out one of those at one time or another if we're going to rebuild this team. So this McNeil guy I think is a good option for the team. So we are going to click on him. We're going to get him out there. We'll see. Okay, so we need to add a little bit to this trade because of course they feel that he's way better. Alright, so they're interested in our third. So let's take a look if they'll accept. I don't think they'll accept this, but if they do, that'd be awesome. Let's see here. Alright, so they accepted. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Chicago, so we are accepting your trade offer. Alright, perfect. So we already got one young prospect that's playing in the CHL right now. So he's not going to be helping us out this year, which is okay. So we can develop our other guys that we've got. So another guy that we wanted to get rid of was, who was it here? Oh, we went to salaries. That's how we did it. Alright, so we wanted to get rid of, did we say Jones? Yes, we did. We said Jones. So let's see who's interested in Jones. We'll go to the first team here. Alright, so Boston is interested in Jones. He is, wait, we already went through these guys. So we'll just go to the next guys here. Alright, Detroit is interested in Jones. Let's see who they got offering up here. They got a goaltender. Alright, so our goaltending isn't really that great. Rather lackluster actually, but this guy's only a 3.5-star goaltender. He's not going to become, I don't believe, an elite goaltender, so I think we're going to have to pass by this guy just for now, and we'll head on over to Edmonton. They should have some nice young prospects for us, or, oh, there we go. Alright, so they're only interested in giving up old guys. That's not what we're into here. We're into those nice young boys. Alright, so who do they got? Alright, another center here. Let's take a look what he's got to offer. 64 overall. He's a playmaking center, and he's got 4 stars right now at 20 years old. So, he is going to become a good young player, but we've already got a couple of centers. Like, we just picked up a young center prospect. Let's take a look at this guy. He's a youngster. Alright, 3 stars. That's not what we're looking for. Oh man, this has turned out to be more difficult than I anticipated. Alright, here we go. Alright, a right winger. That's what we're looking for. Nice young right winger. 4-star, 58 overall, 20 years old. Charlie Coyle. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a chance on this guy. Alright, let's go over here. There we go. Oh, they actually got some nice young guys. Alright, so we can't complete this trade because there's not enough salary cap. Alright. Let's see what else they got. Folk. Justin Folk, I believe. Yes, Justin Folk. 3.5 stars. 74 overall. Not really that great. I think we're gonna have to move on to the... Yes, we'll move on. Montreal. Alright. Let's see who they're offering up here. Brendan Gallagher. Alright, so... And they got this guy. Alright, but we want a right winger here. Because we're giving up a couple of right wingers. So, 3.5 star, 20 years old, 63 overall. Maybe he'd be good to give up for Jones. Just because Jones really isn't that great. We'll see how they match up here. Alright, so they're probably going to need a little bit more. Let's see what they say if we try and pass it. Montreal are fine with coughing up what you are after. It would seem that the trade block surplus came in handy here. However, your offer still is not fulfilling our needs, so we just need to add a little bit more value to the whole transaction here. Let's add a 3rd round draft pick. Alright, that's fine. They're probably going to want a 2nd. Hold on, if we give 3rd, and then we'll go to the next year and we'll offer up another 3rd. Are they interested in that? Yes. Okay, so there we go. We got another young right winger in exchange for a right winger that's really not going to develop much more than that and is just going to be sitting on the bench chewing up some of our salary cap, which is not needed. We don't need that. So the final guy that I said I was going to want to ship out today was Steve Downey. So this guy is much better. Oh no, was it Steve Downey? Was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't Steve Downey. My apologies. Who was it? Was it Hayduk? Who was it? It was Hayduk. Let's see here. Because Hayduk really isn't going to get us much when it comes to maybe getting a draft pick. So I think what we're going to do is leave him there. And we are going to go ahead and make a big trade here. So we're going to decide between Paul Stastny and Matt Duchene. 2 big guys up there. So Matt Duchene has a little bit bigger of a trade value, and Stastny is also a bit older. He takes up more of a salary hit. He's got 2 years left. They both have 2 years left on their contracts. I personally like Duchene more than Stastny, and I believe, yes, he still has some more potential to grow. I think he might get up to like an 87, maybe even an 88, maybe even higher. So what I plan to do here is we're going to keep Matt Duchene as our top number 1 centerman on our team. He's going to be the face of the franchise here. So we're going to go ahead and try and trade away Paul Stastny. So let's go ahead and see who's interested in him and what they have to offer here. We're looking for young prospects. Okay, so, man, because Edmonton does have a lot of good young prospects on their team. Let's see here. We could get a 1st round draft pick maybe out of Edmonton and possibly something else. So, wow, their 1st round draft pick is really low. So we'll pick up their 1st round draft pick and we'll see what else they have to offer. They're only looking to give up old players, and that's not what we're interested in. I know they have some nice young prospects here. It would be awesome if we could go ahead and get Jordan Eberle or Taylor Hall. So we're gonna go for this one. We're gonna try and put Eberle on the table here. So of course they are not interested in this whatsoever. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go a couple years down the road, 2015. I plan on being hopefully a playoff team by then. So to me, this trade looks, they're not interested in anything, not interested in giving away any of these players or getting any of these players, but we'll see how they go about it. are totally unwilling to part ways with what you are requesting from us. Alright, so they're clearly not interested in that, so we're going to have to move on to a different team. Florida, what do they got to offer us here? Nobody good. Come on, you can't just put up old players. That's no good. Doesn't help me out. Alright, what is Los Angeles? Do they have any young, good prospects? Come on. Any youngsters? They got Drew Doughty, but that guy is not going to be moving from there whatsoever. Minnesota, they got anybody interesting up here? We already went to Minnesota, I believe. Man, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to save that big trade for the next episode of the Be a GM Worst of First with Colorado Avalanche, because I feel like this trade is probably going to take up a lot of time. Just trying to find somebody that's interested in getting Paul Stastny and giving up something good for him. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Be a GM Worst of First with the Colorado Avalanche.